Hi, this is Mani from BSc to NSE.com. So in this video, I'm going to talk about trading on stocks which have been the top movers of the day, or in other words, top gainers or top losers. One of the disadvantages that most of the sites, even like sites like Money Control, have is that they focus on top gainers and top losers only in Nifty, but the stocks within Nifty are mostly blue chip companies, so they don't actually move by much. For example, TCS movement of 2%, 3% is considered big. But apart from that, there are other stocks, mid cap stocks in futures and options. In fact, there are more than 140 stocks in FNO, and you can find some companies like Just Dial, Jubilant Footwork, some of the mid caps which tend to move by even more than 10% in intraday. So that is exactly where, as traders, we get good opportunities on the upside. Keep in mind that when you predict the direction wrong, the risk is equally high on all the stocks. So I would rather trade on the top gainers and top losers because the risk reward ratio seems to be good there. And again, as if you are in losses, of course, you want to cut it out as early as possible. So the strategy here, I'm going to focus mostly on the opening hour of the day and middle of the day, and the later part of the day is relatively tougher to judge. But the opening hour gives you a good risk reward ratio, and the accuracy seems to be better based on the trades I've done in the last couple of weeks. So basically, what I do is I compare. What should I choose between two top gainers and top losers? So you have to choose between these two. On a day when Nifty is positive, we go with the top gainers. On a day when Nifty looks negative, we go with the top loser stocks. So basically, I use Nifty open price as the reference, and if Nifty is trading above the Nifty open price 10 minutes after the markets has opened or after that, then I would typically look to go long on the top gainer stocks. And again, the top gainer stocks at 925 will be stocks which opened up on a gap up, maybe better than expected results or some extremely good news on the company, which like sentimentally makes the stock open gap up. And make sure that the top gainer stocks also is trading above its own open price. And of course, once you go long, if it drops below the open price, then you definitely need to exit. In fact, maybe even go short if needed. But basically, you need to make sure, because sometimes a stock can open gap up by 5% and then constantly come down below the open price and constantly go down throughout the day. So again, if Nifty is below its own Nifty's open price at 9:25 a.m., 9:25 p.m. or after, then I would look to make use of the shorting opportunity in top losing stocks. And again, this can be because the company maybe had bad news or bad results, weaker results than expected. And again, among the top loser stocks at morning, make sure that it's below the stock price's own open price, and you can go short on it. And of course, the stop loss would be the open price. And you can also exit if you see double positive candles, and you can have other logics to exit and book profits or book losses. So this is a basic criteria that I use, and just go through this again. So what I'm basically combining is the fact that I want to make sure that the overall markets are positive or has a positive opening, meaning above its own day open price, and then I choose stocks in the top gainer. So on a day when Nifty is trading above its open price, I wouldn't actually go for the shorting opportunities or the top losing stocks. And again, on a day when Nifty is below its own day open price, I would definitely not look to go long on a top gainer stock, because Nifty will look to drag. I mean, if Nifty is positive, then it'll have a positive effect on the top gainers and probably a negative effect on the top losers, and vice versa. So I would never look to go against Nifty as well while trading on the stocks, long or short. So let me show, like, again, day open price, you can take either the futures price as reference or the spot price as reference. So if you're looking at the current spot price, then you use the spot open price, and similarly with the futures. I'll show you this Google Finance, and I'm gonna choose Nifty. Yeah, so I'm choosing Nifty. So yesterday I think the data is all wiped off. You can see here the open price which is now nil. I think Monday morning it will show up properly. So here you can find the open price, or on your trading terminal, this is Zerodha Pi. You can see that the top thing I have added here is Nifty, and you can see to the right the open price here. So yesterday the open price was 8324 for Nifty, and this is the Nifty 5-minute chart for yesterday. And the horizontal line that I've put at the bottom here is the open price 8325. And again, I'm suggesting to compare this open price at 925, because 915 to 920 it can tend to oscillate above and below the open price. And here you can see that this was actually around 925 or 930. It surged above the open price, and then it continued to stay above the open price and went on to rally throughout the day. So you can use this simple logic to even trade on Nifty in the opening hour, but I would prefer that's a relatively safe strategy to just simply trade on Nifty. Enter into Nifty at 9:30. If it's above the day open price, go long on it. If it's below the day open price, go short on it. And once you're in the profit zone, then you can look to have a stop loss in place so that you can lock your profits. So I have a top gainer, top loser table on my chart on my website. You can go to bse2nse.com. I'm sorry, I got that wrong. So bse2nse.com, and at the top right, I have a dashboard link here, intraday futures. And if you come down below on the right, I have the dashboard links here too, intraday futures and positional futures. So intraday I'm going to click, and I have a table here. So you can see the first table here, I've made it as top gainer and loser, and this was yesterday's table or Friday's table at the closing. So this table will update in the morning at around 9:26 p.m. So you will have 4 minutes to decide by then, and by 9:26 you can compare the Nifty live price, whether it's above or below its days open, and then you pick stocks from among either the top gainers, or the top 5 here, and then Nifty and Bank Nifty, and then the bottom 5 here. So if Nifty is below its own day open price at 9:26 or around 9:30, then you can go for shorting these stocks from any of these stocks. And if it's ideally you want to pick the top stock, of course, because you can see that this is 2% down, 2.7, 2.88, and the most down was Adani Enterprise on closing yesterday, and the most stock with upside was Engineers India around 7%, Aurobindo Pharma 6%, Arcom 5.19. And this data is delayed by 15 minutes, but even with the delay it's extremely helpful, and the first data you will get in the morning at around 9:26 p.m. So I've loaded a couple of charts here, Aurobindo Pharma here, and you can see that I think this was the morning candle, and Aurobindo Pharma, the day open price was 1324. So 1324, let me mark a horizontal line here. So this was the day's open price, and you can see that from the day open it constantly went up. So the first candle, this is a 5-minute chart. So this is still 920, 925 and 930. So this is a 930 candle. So even if you enter somewhere in the middle here of this candle, you can see that it's well above its day open price and it's already on a gaining momentum. So even if you enter somewhere here at which is actually 1354, and within the next 20 minutes it hits a peak of 1395, which is actually 40 points, and I'm assuming the lot size is 250. So you would still be able to gain around, say, 10k on it. And even through the rest of the day you can see that you can kind of look to go long on it and make some money. But here the rest of the day, middle of the day, and through the end, it's not actually moving by much. It's the first 1 hour where the stock price has moved up a lot. So basically I look to enter at 9:30 and finish my trade within 10:30, or put in a stop loss by 10:30 and let it run till end of the day. But I would say that in the first 1 hour itself, the amount of potential profits that you can make is high. So I would stick to 9:30 to 10:30 and finish the trade. And for the rest of the day, you need to figure out. I'm still trying to figure out a better strategy, because in the middle part of the day and the later half of the day, the accuracy is going off a bit. The accuracy is not so good, and eventually it's like 5 good trades, 5 bad trades, and I'm not actually making progress there. But in the opening hour strategy, I've tried this for at least 10 days, and pretty much 80-90% accuracy. And when I'm losing like 2k or 1k, and when I'm gaining, there were opportunities where I could have even made 20k. For example, Godrej Industries, on the other day I just missed out because I woke up a little late. Godrej Industries, the results came in, and after the results on the morning, you can see here, this is the 30-minute chart. I'll zoom it up. Not able to zoom. Yeah, you can see that this was the opening on that day. It opened gap up here. This is a 30-minute chart, so this shows for the last 10 days. And you can see that it opened at 375, and it was above it. It was trading above day open price in the first half an hour, and then it zoomed up. By 10:30, it went up from 380 to 405, and the profits you could have made is around 20,000 if you are doing one lot. So there are days when the stocks spike up a lot in the first 1 hour, so that's an extremely good opportunity. Of course, it came back down, and if you saw double negative on the 5-minute chart, that's definitely a time to exit. So you should definitely have book profits around 400, if not 405. So so far from what I've seen, it's extremely good during the results season. And you can go to moneycontrol.com/earnings, and you can figure out which companies have given results after the market hours. And during day open, even without using this dashboard, you can have it on your watch list and compare if Nifty is above its day open or below its day open. And if the stock price is below day open and it's going down, then you short it. And if the stock price is above its day open and going up, then you can go long. So this is on stocks where the results have come out after the market hours. So try this out. Later I'm gonna do a little bit more enhancement for middle of the day, wherein I'm gonna highlight one stock from top 5 and one stock from bottom 5 based on average RSI. The table is already listing stocks based on percentage change or top moving stocks. So I'm gonna just pick one stock which has the best average RSI and one stock which has the worst average RSI among the losers. So that'll be out probably later this week. And any comments, as usual, post on this video. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay in touch. That's it for now. Thank you. Bye.